Welcome to your ultimate pit stop, Piston Pundit. From 2023's post-pandemic surge to 2025's sharp decline, U.S. tourism has taken a wild turn. International arrivals are dropping, visitor spending is shrinking by billions, and Canada, once the top source of travelers, is easing off. Add steeper visa fees, a doubled ESTA charge, and a federal shutdown snarling parks and museums, and America's welcome mat looks worn. Airports aren't literally empty, but the chill is real, and the money is rerouting. Why are travelers picking Toronto, Dubai, and Singapore instead? And what could flip the trend by 2026? Here are the key developments. "2025's plot twist, from expected surge to sudden stall." Late 2024 forecasts predicted a strong tourism rebound for 2025, with international arrivals set to climb 9%. By mid-2025, that optimism flipped. Tourism economics now projects an 8.2% decline, driven by sentiment headwinds, tighter entry rules, and rising travel costs. The WTTC estimates spending will fall $12.5 billion, from $181 billion in 2024 to just under $169 billion, leaving airports, hotels, and attractions with a major gap. The U.S. Travel Association expects inbound visits to fall 6.3% this year before mega events like the 2026 FIFA World Cup, America's 250th anniversary, and the LA Olympics help reverse the trend. For the automotive sector, this downturn matters. Fewer overseas travelers mean weaker airport rentals, reduced rideshare mileage, and thinner luxury tour demand. It's not a collapse, but the high-margin international segment has downshifted, especially in coastal gateways where foreign visitors typically spend more per trip than domestic travelers. For an economy tuned to high-yield tourism, this mix shift is significant. But Canada's shifting travel behavior is playing an equally decisive role in this story. Canada hits the brakes, border friction, and consumer pushback. For border cities, think Seattle hotels, Buffalo restaurants, or rental desks near Glacier National Park, the Canadian market is critical. In 2025, it cooled sharply. Analysts trace much of the U.S. inbound decline to fewer Canadians heading south, driven by sentiment shifts and new policy friction. For the first time in years, more Americans drove into Canada than Canadians into the U.S., a striking reversal. Two new fees amplified the chill. The ESTA fee jumped from $21 to $40, while a $250 visa integrity fee hit non-immigrant visa applicants. These costs, stacked with airfare and lodging inflation, turned headlines into deterrents. Layer on tariff fights, tough rhetoric toward allies, and viral border hassle stories, and a perception took hold. U.S. trips now mean more paperwork and risk. Even removing 5 to 10% of high-yield travelers dents local economies, especially car rentals, premium dining, and ticketed attractions. For U.S. border metros, that's the difference between solid and soft. Before we head deeper, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss upcoming automotive breakdowns and geopolitical deep dives here on Piston Pundit. Now let's shift gears and see how federal shutdowns compounded the pressure. Shutdowns, parks, and museums, when policy collides with itineraries. Layer all that on top of a federal shutdown, and you have a recipe for uncertainty. TSA and air traffic staff still work, but unpaid, leading to morale dips and occasional delays. Meanwhile, national parks operate on skeleton crews. Trails may be open while visitor centers are shuttered, and iconic sites like the Liberty Bell Pavilion were closed entirely this fall. Cultural institutions scrambled too. The Smithsonian held out until October 11th using leftover funds, while West Coast landmarks like Muir Woods closed outright, blindsiding international tourists. Even if cities offer plenty of alternatives, headlines about closures sap confidence. International visitors on tightly scripted itineraries would rather postpone than gamble. Airports don't literally empty, but international lanes soften. Duty-free sales dip. Rental car counters see lighter flows. Premium ground transport loses high-spend customers. In 2025, it wasn't one catastrophic policy that caused this. It was a pileup of small frictions that together hit the brakes on inbound demand. While the US struggled with frictions, other hubs saw opportunity and seized it. Toronto, Dubai, and Singapore take the spillover. No single city takes America's market, but connectivity follows confidence. In 2025, Toronto, Pearson, and Vancouver gained as Canadians kept leisure spending closer to home or routed long-haul trips through domestic hubs. Meanwhile, Dubai, Doha, Singapore, and Istanbul promoted and delivered seamless transits, wide visa-free corridors, and predictable processing, exactly what travelers seeking low-friction journeys want. Airlines follow conversion. When US inbound weakens, extra wide-body capacity shifts toward stable hubs with steady demand. Despite softer inbound numbers, global aviation is booming. US carriers are on track to top $1 trillion in revenue, a post-COVID high. That paradox, strong airlines but weaker US inbound, makes sense. Domestic demand remains solid, tariffs reshuffle cargo flows, and airlines can retime international capacity to friendlier hubs without hurting profits. Faced with a stress-free 90-minute Changi transfer versus unpredictable US entry, travelers pick the former. For automotive niches, rentals, shuttles, chauffeurs, the play is clear. Follow premium travelers upstream to Canadian and global transit hubs until US inbound rebounds. But beyond hubs and travelers, there's a bigger policy engine at work. Tariffs, supply chains, and the 2026 reset. Tariffs are blunt instruments, and aviation is especially vulnerable to policy whiplash. Mid-2025 investment commentary labeled new sweeping tariffs a black swan for the sector, complicating everything from cross-border MRO logistics to long-term aircraft contracts. North America's aerospace network is deeply integrated. Sudden duties don't bring production home, they add cost and uncertainty. The near-term impact: cautious capacity planning, higher risk premiums, and opportunistic traffic rerouting by airlines and cargo operators. The outlook improves in 2026, with inbound travel projected to grow 3.7%, driven by a packed calendar. The FIFA World Cup, America's 250th anniversary, and the runway to LA 2028. Mega events concentrate global attention and force operational upgrades, faster queues, better signage, and biometric processing. If policymakers stabilize fees, tariffs, and consular staffing, traveler psychology can flip fast, thanks to highly elastic international leisure demand. For the automotive sector, these events boost airport rentals, ride-hail miles, road trip add-ons, and performance experiences. Align launches with event windows and host airports. That's where rebound spending flows first. And with that, let's bring this flight in for a landing. Final approach, from headwinds to tailwinds. Are US airports truly empty? No. But the international lane, the premium revenue engine, has downshifted in 2025. Arrivals are down, spending has slipped by $12.5 billion, Canadian travel has cooled, fees have risen, and the shutdown added uncertainty. Toronto, Dubai, and Singapore have capitalized by offering predictable, low-friction experiences while US hubs work through turbulence. The flip side is promising. 2026 brings World Cup-level demand, a patriotic 250th anniversary travel wave, and a chance to stabilize entry systems. If policymakers reduce friction and airports focus on reliability, the US can pivot fast. Now let's hear from you. Do you think travelers will return quickly once fees and processing improve? Which international hub, Toronto, Dubai, or Singapore, has impressed you the most? How do you see tariffs reshaping travel and automotive demand in 2026? Drop your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to Piston Pundit for the latest vehicle updates and upcoming videos. Thanks for watching and see you next time. You can now check out any of the videos on the screen. There's plenty more to explore.